Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. Here we are again. Made it to Wednesday. Made it past the heat wave. It's only 80 degrees, which isn't bad for noontime. Still feels like summer. There's the carbon building here. Yeah, I like my new gimbal here. It's working out. So we'll head down to the lower levels here. We'll walk up Garland Court here, and then we'll get across the river somehow. Probably the lower level Michigan Avenue Bridge there. So we'll wait for people to tune in here before I head down there. So there, Michigan Avenue looking south there. Chris, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in from East Lansing. You guys get any storms last night? We got some crazy storms here in Chicago. We had that heat bubble here, and then crazy cloud to cloud lightning. How's it going, Paula? Thanks for tuning in here. So here, we'll head down to the lower level here just for a brief moment here. I'll try to mix it up and go a slightly different route. We'll probably just check out Hubbard and Kenzie streets there, the two streets just north of the river. We'll go east and west. There's a lot of interesting bars and restaurants and things. We might make it over to the Kenzie Street Bridge, who knows. But here we're at the lower levels of Michigan. Hey, how's it going there? Rusty, John James, Chris Schultz, there, Krista. Thanks for tuning in. Julie Reed, how you doing there? Yeah, I already said hello to Paul and Chris there. So here, yeah, the lower levels of Michigan Avenue here. I'll hide behind the pole here. We'll see if these cars come around here, what they're gonna do. There's really like not anywhere you can go this way. I'm surprised they want to fly down that way. It's like that car's turning around. So here, we'll head across the street here. There's Lakeshore East is that way. We're underneath Michigan Avenue here at Water Street. You walk up that way, you can connect back up to Michigan Avenue, but we're gonna head out Garland Court here. And you got storms? Yeah. Christy, how's it doing there? How's it going? Let's see what else is. Danny, how you doing there? Yeah. I'm the one that needs to be humbled. I'm the one that's. Hey, how's it going there, Richard? Yeah. So, yeah, if you go up that way, it'll connect up with Lake Street. We look down there oftentimes, a lot of times. Yeah, tour buses will park there. A lot of times tour buses for Chicago Theater will park right there. You can kind of see it there. Make sure the car's not coming here. So this connects over to Lower Wacker. And I just want to show these tour buses here. It smells like a sewer down here, as you'd expect. That's Garland Court that connects up to Lake Street. If you just joined us at the lower level of Michigan and water, you see how you can walk out, and we're behind. If there's not behind me, there's the Mather Tower. That's the Mather Tower. At one time, this was briefly, for a second, like tied for the tallest building in Chicago before they built the Board of Trade. And other buildings like the Carbide and Carbon are probably taller, but they were built right after. There's so much built 1928, 1929, almost 100 years ago. And yeah, there's a really interesting view to the Jewelers Building right there. Look at that. You can look up to the dome of the Jewelers Building from. This is behind the Chicago Automobile Association, which became AAA, and now it's the Hampton Inn with the Hilton Garden Inn they built on there. I'm glad they reused it as a hotel. It's got that beautiful lobby with the map of the old Route 66 and stuff. Look at that. You know, we filmed this before. We did a whole montage with the Batman music on TikTok, where there's these amazing murals down here. Dwight White got this portrait here, and it's a shame they're back here where like nobody could see them, because you know we're just a half a block from Michigan Avenue, and there's these amazingly intricate murals here, just like the ones we saw. What was that? Monday we walked underneath that alley under Carson Prairie Scott, or the Gothic Target. See, references to the Joker because the Dark Knight movie was filmed here in 2007. The movie came out in 2008, I think. And Heath Ledger, of course, may you rest in peace, there, portrayed the Joker in that movie. It was almost like a the Crow, you know, there, the son of Bruce Lee there, I think. But here's the yeah, look at this amazing colorful murals here down here. How you doing? See, we go right underneath that. That's the sidewalk where we usually walk on Michigan Avenue. That's the 333 North Michigan building, the side of it. This is the Lower Michigan, and they actually call this McChesney Court. I'll show you the sign here. It's Garland Court that heads north-south, and then McChesney Court is this little connector that connects where that person's sitting there. So I'm not the only person down there. And this is the lower level of Michigan here. We'll cross the street here because the traffic's coming. There's no sidewalks here, which makes it really dangerous. So I'll kind of hang out here in the center, and I'm trying to get to across the street here. So we'll try to stay on the left side there, cross through the lower levels. So yeah, we got the walk here, so we'll be able to walk around here. So this is the underneath of Michigan Avenue Bridge. We've shown it before. Here's the traffic coming off. This is Lower Wacker. So you see how heavily this bypass is used to get around. You know how to use it. You can get from DuSable Lakeshore Drive all the way over to the Eisenhower Expressway underneath the old post office. And it's easy to use. I mean, it's just people freak out because their GPS stops working and their cell phone coverage stops working, but I got cell phone coverage down there. Daryl, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in from Blue Island. How you doing there? Hope you're having a good day there. Sharon, how's it going, Sharon? So we're gonna wait to cross the street there. Ryan, how you doing there? Mia, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, thanks everybody for being on the lunch bunch here. We're just waiting for the light. There, we got the light here. So we'll cross. This truck's gonna, I think it sees me here, so it's gonna let me pass. I always feel like I'm holding up the traffic here when I try to walk across the street. But I've shown this before. You see how, you know, the traffic gets really loud in here because it echoes. You can connect right to the Riverwalk this way. Sometimes they close off this gate. See this is a nice view to the, look at that view to the Wrigley Tribune and Intercontinental Hotel. We show this all the time. Christopher, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we're exploring the lower levels of Lower Wacker, Lower Michigan. We walked down Garland Court. You can see it in the rerun there if you missed it. And thanks for tuning in. Yeah, check out Christopher Dotson. He's got good content there on YouTube. And thanks for, I'll try not to go off on a tangent like I did the last 2 days. I need to stick to what, I need to stop talking about stuff I don't know much about, like the economy or the frustrations of live streaming here. So here, look at the nice. If you've seen the Untouchables movie, came out in the late 1980s with Sean Connery and Kevin Costner and Andy Garcia. That goes, and actually Bobby De Niro's in it too. He played Al Capone. The Untouchables movie, Untouchables. There's a scene where Sean Connery plays a Chicago beat cop, and he encounters Elliot Ness on this bridge, and it's an interesting beginning to the movie there. But here's the Chicago River scene from Lower DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge here, and you see how you can drive right across the center there. There's Linnea loading up for a architectural tour there. And see, we're across the Chicago River there. Look at the nice views of the buildings there. Hey, we'll go by Billy Goats. We'll check out Billy Goats. See if it's got a lunch crowd there. Michael Anderson, how you doing there? Yeah. The whole economy. Well, what did I say? You know, again, the market's on pins and needles because everything hinges on NVIDIA is going to report like record earnings, record profits, but their stock is, you know, even though it tried to sell off earlier, it's right back up to like the all-time highs, and there's the market capitalization so high for the NVIDIA stock that they announced their earnings after the bell, and it could affect the entire market. You know, it's so funny, you know, for one company, you know, do we have competition when 90% of the AI chips are .com bubble? We got the AI bubble. Everybody's invested in AI, and AI is going to run everything and be so profitable, and like there's not going to be any problems with it. Positive, negatives, everything. But here, let's go over to Billy Goats here. We're in Lower Michigan. I think we're Michigan, and is this Kinsey or Hubbard? I don't know which street this is, but there's some people down here. Billy Goats Tavern here. You can connect right up to Michigan Avenue. Billy Goats Tavern and Grill. They got a nice mural here. If you come down the stairs where he's going there, you go right to Michigan Avenue. You'll be across the street from the Tribune. There, Billy Goats. I can smell it. It smells good. Billy Goats Tavern, 1934, of course. Famous by the original owner. Put the curse on the Cubs because he had a goat. There's the goat right there. Reverse the curse. Butt in and out. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. There's a Saturday Night Live skit. Hey, it's pretty crowded here. Look at that. Everybody's looking at me in the door here, so I'll head in. We'll head to the back. Yeah, I got a good crowd here. How you doing?
I mean, kind of.
So what I like, let's see if my connection holds out here. It's hard to get a table at lunchtime. In it. I'm going to lose my connection here, so we'll head back around here. But hey, Billy Goats is sitting full here at lunchtime, and we'll try to head back up the stairs here and make these people eat in peace. Oh, how you doing? And they got the back room. They got some more interesting memorabilia there. I had to film there because I've gone back there. I've lost my connection. I almost lost my connection right there. But there's Billy Goats there. You can look in the window there. Everybody's looking at me live streaming there. But no Pepsi Coke. No fries and chips. Yeah, isn't that nice? See, you're underneath. The Wrigley building is south of it. That's actually underneath the Realtor building, which is where Bob Newhart worked before, you know, and it looks different now because they added that circular extra floor on the top. But right on Michigan Avenue, we're underneath. So we'll head over here into River North here and just cruise east and west on these streets that parallel the river, the main channel here. And there's some interesting bars and clubs and things like that. We're on Hubbard Street and Rush. So yeah, you can see back across to the loop there. And there's the Nordstrom. Nordstrom's is that big behemoth there. Yeah, I love the skit. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. John Belushi and original Saturday Night Live cast there from the 70s. And it shows you the influence of Chicago, the second city, even on Saturday Night Live, because they carried some of Chicago even to the Blues Brothers. You know, Dan Aykroyd, who was from Canada. John Belushi, who was from the Chicago suburbs. I think the northern suburbs. Him and his brother. And they're still associated with Chicago here. But here, and you see how there's a walkway above us. They got the connecting the upper level of Wabash with the upper level of Michigan. You see how it says Billy Goat there, and that's the Plaza of the Americas there. It says Billy Goat. That's where we just came out of, right there. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. How's everybody doing here? We got a divvy bike station down here. We'll go underneath this short section of Wabash that has multiple levels north of the river here. See how you can look back to the Prudential. There's the IBM Plaza. That's the Trump Tower right there. We're north of it. See, here's the underneath Wabash, and see how it just ends there, just a block north, and then it ends there because the river's on the other side of the Trump Tower. So here we'll head down Hubbard Street. We're heading west on Hubbard Street. See how there's stairs you can connect to the upper level. We've used these stairs sometimes. Crab House, Shaw's Crab House right here. So here we're Oyster Bar, 21 East, Hubbard. We're some of the restaurants here on Hubbard. We got it. There's Andy's Jazz Club. If you want a true Chicago jazz club. And remember, we were one of the cities that was part of the jazz age there. Go ahead. I don't want to go in front of them. They're trying to pull in here anyway. They're trying to park, and that's what I'm trying to cross the street, and everywhere there's a car. See, they're pulling in there too. Here, Charlotte's Crab House, Andy's Jazz Club and restaurant. You can get food here. Go to Andy's Jazz right here on Hubbard Street. Let's see what they got going on here. Oh, here's their menu. Surf and turk, steak, ribs, salmon. They got pretty good menu here. And there's Chicago Jazz. Andy's Jazz Club there. There's the parking for the courtyard. We'll go past Mother Hubbard's Sports Pub here. Yeah, thanks Danny. Thanks for the thumbs up there. How's it going, everybody? So here's State and Hubbard. Voodoo Ranger IPA. I don't know what that is. Where does that come from? Voodoo Ranger. Do I want to stay? Yeah, let's cross the street. There you can look back to the Tribune Tower. Gladsome's on State. There, Rossi's, we showed that before it opens at 7 a.m. It's a leftover bar when this was more of an industrial area. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, thanks for saying hello. So, yeah. Hey, we're across the street here. Yeah, I don't know where Voodoo Ranger comes from. Chicago beverage. Huh, is that like a Munster beer? Here. Right. Ramen place here. See, I want to... Mother Hubbard's is right there. Here, we'll go by the Vermilion restaurant here. There's a cigar shop right here. I can smell the cigars. It smells good. There's Theory. There's a cigar shop right here. Look at that. How you doing? Vermilion restaurant. They got the lights here going across. Super Macho Takiera. What is this? What's so macho about it? there. Mother Hubbard's world famous sports pub. I think they got like fish tanks. Watch, I'll open the door and like the music will stop and everybody will turn around and look at me. CBS TV, chicken wings. I don't even think it's open yet. No, it is open. Yeah, Mother Hubbard's, here it is. So I just want to show, how you doing? Mother Hubbard's, world famous Mother Hubbard's. They got pool tables. I remember hanging out in here. It's a nice place here. So, sports pub. There's nobody there yet. It's too early. Theory Sports Dining Lounge. Yoga Loft Studios. So if you just joined me in Chicago, we're on Hubbard Street here in River North. Just checking out these streets here. So I guess tomorrow night, Thursday, Pearl Jam's gonna be at Wrigley Field. I can't believe I got so busy after the Bud Billiken and Metallica, and we did the Air and Water show. I was so exhausted that I totally missed when Green Day was at Wrigley earlier in August. Look at this. Look at this nice place here. So this is this is JoJo's Shake Bar. JoJo's Shake Bar. How you doing? And look at, they got the flag. This will be sitting full as we head into Thursday and Friday night there. Here's the camp activities. I got all kinds of stuff. So this is supposed to be like a campground. That's the Camp JoJo's. That's what they call this. Right here on Hubbard Street. There's the Howl at the Moon Saloon right there. JoJo's Shake Bar. Rock Bar is here on Hubbard. So this is a nice spot. I should come back here on the weekends. Fridays and Saturdays late at night, it'll be more hopping here. But of course, I'm just using my lunch break here to give you an overview. O'Callahan's, nice Irish pub right here. They got the window open here. So we've shown this before many times. This is the second iteration. There's been a courthouse. There was a courthouse here before, Cook County Courthouse, and now it's the second iteration. This is where the Leopold and Loeb trial happened. The first iteration, the older one that they tore down, is where the Haymarket riots in the 1880s. They tried several members of people that were associated with, they considered it a terrorist attack at that time, labor rights movement, and they hung them. They hung them in the alley back, either behind there or the other alley, and it was horrible, gruesome deaths. They purposely didn't get the weights right, and so they dangled, and people were forced to watch them as they slowly strangled to death. So this is, of course, people claim that this building's haunted, even though they tore down the original building. You know, people died. There used to be jail cells in there, and people died in the jails. So there's all kinds of weird ghost stories in this building. If you like haunted places, people always ask for haunted Chicago. This is certainly on the list, along with the Congress Theater and the old Excalibur. But a courthouse place here. Look at this beautiful archway here. If I get across the street here, let's cross the street right here. Hey, adult books and video store, TJ's. Yeah, when I first moved to Chicago, there were a lot of like nudie book stores and video shops like in this area. There was also more jazz record stores and things we've lost in this general area. Here's the courthouse. Look at that beautiful archway here. Is this a Romanesque? I guess this is Richardsonian Romanesque. It's all different variations of that. I might be wrong about that. It's just the rough hewn stone. Angel, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for tuning in here. So we're just heading down Hubbard Street here, checking out the Ramen-san. There's Fire Cakes right there. See, they got this alley. They were last year. They were using this alley for seating, but it's not used as much this summer. We're over to Clark Street. There's all these restaurants on Clark Street that we sometimes peruse if we walk over to Clark Street on TikTok on our walks home. See, River North. Here, we'll cross the street here. Yeah, so the Frontera Grill's up here, Rick Bayless's place, Bub City. They take over one lane of parking on either side of Clark Street for seating, which is nice. We'll just quickly check this out here. Hey, Bub City. Hey, look at it, got the windows open. Look at those lights. That's nice. Bub City here. Little Cafe Barbariba. Little Cafe Barbariba. You get your sangria. Very festive block here. A lot of good food. And so this is Frontera Grill. This is Rick Bayless's place. The reservations on weekends, they used to be hard to get. I don't know how it is now. Restaurants are not as well trafficked as they used to be. But and then they got this. He's got his tequila place on the side here. and Aleo. See which way we can see Clark Street here. Peace, Lisa. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, the internet destroyed it. I know. It always cracks me up, Lisa. You see it too. You know, I'll be somewhere on some middle of nowhere on the interstate, and there'll be a X-rated trucker bookstore shop, and I'm like, who goes to those places? You know, and they'll be like a Walmart size, like, you know, it'll be on the middle of nowhere on the interstate. It'll be some Lover's Lane thing or something, and I'm like, well, that's different. You know, it's different if it sells lingerie or, you know, sex toys or something. But yeah, the X-rated bookstore is a thing of the past, thankfully, hopefully. But I don't know. There's a few left. We just saw one. Every once in a while, you run across one. I should go in there live streaming, and then if someone will see me come out, and they'll be like, "What are you doing in there?" Oh my God! Hey, the Boylston Building. So here, yeah, we're up. Yeah, it's good we went this way. Here's Terry Coffee House here. There's the Geek Squad. So you see where it says Hawksmoor, this red brick building? Yeah, vintage porn shops. There you go. The old Victorian ones, you know. Okay, see this place called Hawksmoor. That used to be Michael Jordan's restaurant. And I didn't realize it. I researched it. When Chicago had trolleys and cable cars and things like that, this was the central power plant for some of the trolley lines that would go down LaSalle Street, go under the river, and all throughout the city. And San Francisco still has its power plant for its cable cars. I've been inside of it. You can see the big wheels turning those cables, which are, there's actually a cable in San Francisco, the cable cars, there's actually a cable underneath the street. There's a little slit, and the cable hooks onto that cable, and it pulls it, just like going up a sled hill or something. And that's how it can pull up those cars up the hill. That's how they do in San Francisco. They used to have not the exact same system, a similar system for cable cars. And I think eventually they electrified the system and used electricity because it was, once they figured out how to do it. So here we'll crowd. But yeah, this used to be Michael Jordan's restaurant, but now it's Hawksmoor. Michael Jordan's restaurant moved over to Michigan Avenue years ago, and it's where its current location is in the Intercontinental Hotel. There's a plaque here. We're crossing LaSalle Street. See how you can look down to the Board of Trade? There's the Board of Trade straight down LaSalle Street. The Loop of Chicago's that way. Look, there's a plaque here. This will help me out. Chicago landmark, LaSalle Street, cable car, and powerhouse, 1887. This building survives from the heyday of the Chicago cable car system, the largest in the United States during the late 19th century. Originally housing a pair of Corliss engines, powerhouse served as a critical mass transit link between the Loop and the North Side by powering cable cars throughout the Loop and the LaSalle Street tunnel. See, there's a tunnel. You can still see evidence of it in between the street. It goes underneath there. There was a tunnel that the trolleys went underneath the river, moving about 100,000 passengers a day during the 1890s and 1900s. Remember, we didn't have a subway at that time. At that time, there was no blue line or red line subways which go underneath the river. You can see there. You see, let me zoom in here. So you see that tunnel in between LaSalle Street. The cable cars used to go underneath there. Isn't that amazing? And so here we'll head further west here. What time we got? 12:32. Yeah. Your dad owned a bar in Omaha. Oh, really? Hey, they were good neighbors. That's good. I like that, Lisa. See, it shows you tolerance is a good thing. You know, that's why, you know, I always joke that people always, they said, oh, Amsterdam, you know, everything's legal there. They tolerate prostitution, and, you know, they're not tolerating legal weed as much as they used to, which is interesting because that used to be what Amsterdam. But I said, no, a lot of Dutch are more conservative than you think. They're just more tolerant than Americans. Americans, going back to you know, conservative religious past, you know, the myth of the pilgrims coming here for religious freedom and stuff like that, became very prudish and wouldn't tolerate certain things. They always wanted to burn witches and dunk them in the water and have these mass hysteria events. But yeah, that's good. That's good, Lisa. Thanks for the good anecdote there. But here we're at Illinois, and here, let's head over to Gina and Giorgetti's, and then we can head across the river there. We might not make it all the way to the Kinsey Street Bridge, but yeah, am I wrong? The mythic past. There's the L going by there. Look at that. Look at the scenes of the city there. Let me zoom in here. And I'm not trying to defame any creed or religion or background. I respect conservatives. I respect liberals. That's what I mean about being tolerant. We got to tolerate opposing viewpoints. I don't expect anybody to agree with my viewpoint. I got some strange views, as I was talking about yesterday, Monday, and thank you for tolerating my strange views. And but when I talk about the puritanical roots, the Puritans were pretty conservative, even by historical standards, because they fought a civil war in England. We forget Oliver Cromwell. Remember, they killed the king. King James the First, or King James the Second. One of those King James they killed. King James Bible, and installed Oliver Cromwell as the leader of England. And then they went back to the monarchy after they got rid of him. There was the Roundheads. They would crop their hair really short, and they weren't exactly pilgrims or Puritans, but they were Calvinists. Here we're underneath the L tracks here. There's the train going by above us here. But hey, Gina and Giorgetti's, let's get this sign here. Gina and Giorgetti's, Chicago's finest. It's a steakhouse. There's a steakhouse right here. Yeah, we got to get it all out. Yeah, Christopher's waiting for me to just start yelling at everybody here. That's sometimes the most entertaining part, isn't it, right? Let's see when he loses his cool. What time we got here? It's 12:36. I better start heading back here. Yeah, we'll head under the L tracks here. Maybe we can catch the train around in the curve here. Yeah, that's good, Lisa. That's how it is. We're all the same here. We try to justify our point of view here. That's the way it is. That's good. Half of what I say is sarcastic and joking. I got to be careful because I misinterpret people's comments, and most times people are just joking and being sarcastic too. So I should just roll with it. But here we're behind the Merchandise Mart. We're over here, River North here. We'll try to cross the street here if we can. So the East Bank Club's over that way. Yeah, we got to head over this way here, so we'll cross here. We're at Franklin and Hubbard, I think. I was hoping to get the L go by there, but I missed it. Here, the House of Raw. There, look at that. You wanted that nice bathtub there. Get those fixtures there. You go in the merchandise, see Studio 41, all these interior designers that have warehouse show places here for next to the Merchandise Mart. Hey, that's nice. You put that on your bathtub there. You could put your phone and your newspaper or whatever right there, your tablet. Put your candles and have a nice bath. Get your drink sitting there. Hey, Mayweather Boxing and Fitness, West Hubbard Street. All Day New York City on YouTube. That's good. It shows you. Thank you. I see we got 80 people here. Thank you so much for. It's hard. All Day New York City. He's got the same conundrum as me. He's even worse. He's got like 800,000 followers on TikTok, but he's got a beef with TikTok too. I got a beef with TikTok. We all got beefs with TikTok. And he's been streaming on Twitch, but he's trying YouTube, and YouTube just does, even somebody as famous as All Day New York City Dan, you know, one of the most famous live streamers that I know of, besides like Tavern or, you know, I don't even know if anybody knows Deo Talk. You know, I used to watch Deo Talk, but he's a interesting guy. That's an understatement there. Here, let's get the L going by here. Let's run across here. There it is. There's the driver. Sculpture. Look at this sculpture right here. It's called Upright. Clement Meadmore. And this is Kellogg's. There's Kellogg's right there. This is the curve coming out of the merchandise mart here. Yeah, I think I want to head across the street here. Well, but yeah, Dan, it shows you. That doesn't just because you got 800,000 followers on TikTok, it doesn't translate to success on YouTube. It's hard. I talked to Major Hustler, he's got over 100,000 followers. He's probably the most well-known live streamer from Seattle. Major Hustler, his name's Tim, and he has the same problem. He goes on YouTube. If he goes on TikTok, he'll have 700 to 1,000 people watching him. If he goes on YouTube, he gets like 10, 20. And he'll even like tell people, watch me on YouTube, and they won't. They just simply won't. And I had somebody message me this morning. It was so ironic. They messaged me for free on one of my reruns that they can watch for free. And they said, why? You're all about the money now. You won't allow us to comment on your lives. I said, that's not why I'm doing it. If I could, create a list of people for free to be able to comment, that people I trust, I would do it. Does TikTok allow, can I create people that have earned my trust, that I know they're not trolls, and I can put them with the sub-only chat and allow them to comment? Can I do that? I need to teach me how to do that. Message me. I will do it, because I want people to be able to comment, but I don't want just anybody to be able to comment. And my moderators used to do a great job taking care of it, and they still do, but it always leads to conflict. It leads to people accidentally getting blocked. You know, I'm sure Deo Talk solved this. You know how Deo talks? He doesn't follow anybody back. He lets anybody comment, but he treats everybody like a troll. He doesn't follow anybody back. He has 100,000 people following him, but he follows 0 people back. And what value does that have? I follow people back. We actually have real connections. Some of you, we have met in real life. I meet people this morning to say hello, you know. And I think that's why Deo talks in foreign countries, because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. If he's in New York City, he keeps running into people, because that's where he's from, Brooklyn, I think. But here, we'll head across here. We'll cross the, see, we're by the merchandise mart here. See, there's still the railroad. You can see the railroad tracks there where that puddle is. There was a railroad track that went underneath the merchandise mart. It went underneath Michigan Avenue, and it went all the way towards Navy Pier. It was supposed to be, and that's where that bridge that's in the upright position. And there's been talk of making that a transit line, which would be a really good idea, but nobody has the money to program it, you know, and it probably would lose money. Did you see? There was an article that Christopher, I don't know if you're still on or not. In New York City, I think it was the New York Times had this. It said over 40% of the people that have taken the New York City bus have not paid their fare this year. It was like 46%. No one's paying the bus fare anymore, and this has been a trend since the pandemic, you know, and people know that they can get away with it, and no one's And so no wonder the transit companies can't make any money, because even though their fare is subsidized, and Chicago's fare is subsidized, New York's fare is subsidized, even though it's subsidized, people still won't pay it, and they just, you know, I guess the bus drivers just don't enforce it, and everybody just rides the bus for free or goes in through the back door. It's so funny. Same with, I still see people jumping turnstiles. I mean, it doesn't bother me, you know, screw the man. Okay, yeah, it's all free. You know, some people can't afford the train. Okay, you jump the turnstile, but I don't know. Pays the same. The pay's the same. You get it. Here we're crossing the Chicago River there. It's a nice view. Hey, let's head down the Riverwalk. Those fountains look nice there. We just crossed the Chicago River at Wells Street here. I'll be able to look at the comments once we get down the steps here. I don't want to trip here. The pay's the same. The pay is the same. No changes. Don't rock the boat. Hey, there's the train heading across. Brown line heading into the loop there. Hey, look at all these boats lined up. Sweet Caroline. So yeah, tomorrow night, I guess on TikTok, we'll try to do Wrigley Field. And Pearl Jam's gonna be at Wrigley Field tomorrow night. If it gets, I might take a break and go visit Crazy Dog Dad if he's available. Last time I was there, he was so kind to give me a ride home, and I appreciate that. He's got like 3 beautiful like pug dogs, and they're just great dogs. And maybe he'll let me film those dogs. I think everybody will like Crazy Dog Dad's dogs. He lives there in Wrigleyville. Oh, she dropped it. She got it. Okay, good. There's people sitting out here at Sweet Home Gelato getting ice cream here. We're on the Riverwalk here. There's a large barge. Hardly anybody's on there today. It's just like it was at the DNC. There was hardly anybody taking the architectural cruises. How you doing there? Yeah, thanks for saying hello. Look at this pipe, this tube sitting out there, just dumps right in the river. Hey, barge heading up the river there. They rerouting the trains there in New York. Yeah, I know, it's still, things are not the way they ideally should be. Yeah, people feel the same way about the CTA. I know you got the MTA there. You know, it's just things have gotten run down since the pandemic, and there's loss in ridership. You know, they got a bunch of money now to run out. You know, and there we'll go up to the kayak tour up here. People sitting on the wall here having their lunch there. What time? We got 12:47. Yeah, we'll head straight back to Michigan Avenue here on the Riverwalk. Hey, scenes of the city here by the Chicago Riverwalk. Here's the kayakers. There's the guy with the megaphone leading the tour there. Just listen to what he says there. Come on down. Price is right. Hey. So this water taxi's turning around. I wonder if it's going to dock here. The water taxis used to dock here, but they don't do it. They haven't done it recently, and I don't know if they are there. Yeah, it looks like it's just turning around. Huh. Wonder what happened. Dario Khan, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hey, 93 people. This is great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Welcome to Chicago. Yeah, we're We're cruising along with the kayaks here on the Chicago River. We'll go by the Tiny Tap here. We walked over to River North. We're checking out some of the bars there on Hubbard and Kinsey and Illinois Street. Oop. He's trying to get around the traffic here. Sometimes it gets crowded. People jogging. But it's still summertime. We survived the storms last night with crazy, freaky lighting. Hey, they're really cruising there. They know how to get those things moving. Yeah, the water taxi turned around. I wonder why it turned around. Maybe they forgot something. Monica, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in from California. That's great. Tara, how you doing there? The bus is in LA, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about, there was an article in the New York Times that there's a statistic that only like 40% of the people that ride New York buses actually pay their fare. Which, you know, if you see other people getting away with it, I don't blame other people. Like, if they're not paying, I'm not going to pay. And we figure our tax money supports it anyway, which it's all subsidized, but it makes it worse when the fare is supposed to, in LA buses, you know, I've seen people jump the turnstile in Chicago for the train, which, you know, I understand that. As long as it's just a few people, it doesn't really bother me. But if everybody was doing it, then you're like, why should I pay? No one else is paying. It's like we live in socialist country. It's great. I'm just as bad. Here, Skyview. Hey, Chicago Riverwalk here. 80 degrees. We got 12:50 in the local time here in the PM. Hey, they're working on the railing there. That's nice. Hey, there's a little boat over here. Windy City Winery. There's the Marina Towers. Corn cab. It's corn. Is Marty tuning in? K-Closet, how you doing there? Monica, thanks for tuning in there from California. We already got that. Yeah, Darukan. Hey, look at this nice Spanky and the Gang. I like the name of that boat. Spanky and the Gang are hanging out there on their little speedboat. There's the city winery there. See, they got this open here. They can close this up in the wintertime if they want to have, if inclement weather, they can close that up there. They're actually opening it up now, which is nice. You see underneath the Marina Towers, you can rent those electric boats. When they were doing the hot tub boats, that's where you got the hot tub boat right there. I haven't seen a hot tub boat. I guess they bring it only out in wintertime. It's too hot for the summer. Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep refilling that card. See, we use the Venture card here, and it's linked to an app on your phone. So if you link a credit card, you can just put money back on your card with the app, which is nice. Yeah, I remember the old fare cards. You had to constantly put new money on it. But I've heard talk that the Metra and the CTA were going to combine so there'd be one system for everything. Because right now, Metra has its own system, South Shore has its own system, and CTA, which is the L plus the buses, has their own system. I don't know if Pace coordinate with Ventura. I don't know. I don't take Pace. Pace is the suburban bus line that comes into downtown. There's nobody fishing here today. Usually there's somebody fishing here. Yeah, we saw someone catch a carp right here. They caught a big carp, common carp. It wasn't the Asian carp, the invasive species. There's a nice dog there hanging out there. And the Veterans Memorial Park's over here. Yeah, so we'll head up past I'll expedite the time here. There's the Wrigley building. Get one last look at the Marina Towers here. Thanks everybody for tuning in on my little lunch walk. I really appreciate you tuning in on YouTube. I know it's hard to get people to watch on YouTube. that shows me if Dan, somebody as good as Dan struggles to get people to watch on YouTube, we're in good company, and we're doing better because we really work at it. You got to consistently stream, constant schedule. We do noon to 1 here on my lunch here. We've been doing TikTok in the mornings and evenings. So far that's been working out there. But if we need to, if any one platform goes down, we got backups. There's this nice little fountain here. They got this little coffee and ice cream place here. Hey, goes the Cocoa Bar here. They got Connect Four. Hey, get some beer. Yeah. Margaritas, tacos, quesadillas, margaritas. Hey, they got the skeleton. Hey, Dias de los Muertos. They got this interesting hummingbird. I guess that's what it is. Look at the skeletons. Dias de los Muertos here. 15 margarita flavors. There's the 17 Church of Christ Scientists. See, we found the third Church of Christ Scientists is in the western end of the West Loop there, almost to East Garfield Park. And then the second Church of Christ Scientists is in Lincoln Park. The 17th Church of Christ Scientists is downtown, so I don't know where the other 14 of them are. Boston has the first one. The first Church of Christ Scientists is in Boston. I've been to that one. It's a beautiful building there. And Church of Christ Scientists was founded by a woman. We need more religions founded by women. So here, look at that clock there. Yeah, this is the Jewelers building here. You can't even see the dome here from where we're at. There we can see the Marina Towers. Yeah, we can get a better view here. We can see both of them here. Then we can look over to the Tribune and the Wrigley, the Trump building. But here we're waiting across here. Love is the Liberator. This is Harry Weiss was the architect for this. It's a mid-century modern. Interesting thing about this is they got the sunken lower level, which lets light into the lower level. Again, this is not the ground. Remember, we were just below there. We were underneath that street, so there's plenty of room to have extra floors here in this space between what is the ground and what is perceived to be the ground, but we're actually on a causeway here about 20 feet above the ground. So there's actually probably a floor below that even. But then you see there's seating. It's like a stadium style seating there for the chapel in there. They got a concert seat, free concert every Wednesday. I missed it. I did not know that. So I guess one of the Wednesdays, if it's raining, we'll see if they got a free concert. Maybe we can go inside there and film a free concert inside. I just 1257. There's Morton Steakhouse, Whacker. So I'll leave you with this. I've shown this many times before, just since we're going by, and we went. Here's the here's the Chicago Motor Club here, the precursor to the AAA, and now it's a Hampton Inn. It's so nice in here. They got a beautiful map. It shows the original Route 66. They got that classic car there. Look at that. Look at this beautiful hotel, and they restored it. It's an historic building here. Look at the map. It's the vintage map that was here when it was the Motor Club. The old routes across before there was Rand McNally. I guess there was Rand McNally, but see, look, the Chicago Motor Club, they got this classic car up there. And now it's a Hampton Inn. Look at that. Look at that lettering there. Use it as the elevator bay. What a beautiful building here. Art Deco detailing. This is 1928. The Chicago Motor Club. Look at that. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do this again tomorrow, as far as I know. And we'll try to see. I'm not going into Wrigley Field, I just like walking around the outside on Thursday night. Tomorrow night, though, Pearl Jam's going to be there. We'll try to check that out, weather permitting. Hopefully it won't rain. I don't know what the forecast. I'll look at the forecast as we get closer to it. Everything's subject to change. But yeah, have a good day, everybody. Thanks, Angel, John James, Krista, Julie Reed, Michael Rodriguez. Thanks for tuning in there. Tara, Christopher. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Christopher and Elena. Yeah. Mia, Richard Gardner, Angel. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Spring Valley to the pass station. Yeah. Oh, let's get across the street here real quick. Sharon, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Cake Closet. Yeah. So here we'll get you a view of the looking north here to the Wrigley Building, the John Hancock, North Michigan Avenue. Feels warmer than 80 now. It feels like 85 degrees. There's looking south there. And there's where we started. We walked down those stairs. You can watch, if you missed the beginning of the live, you can watch the full rerun here on YouTube. That's the good thing about YouTube. You can either rewind what you're watching right now or watch from the beginning, go to the live tab there on YouTube. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate everybody. Yeah, Dolores, Bisa Lisa, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, but have a triple X rated Wednesday. Yeah, I get it there. John James and Christopher. Yeah, Dolores and Sharon. And thanks everybody. Michael Anderson, Mia, we'll see y'all later there, Angel. Have a great day from Chicago. We'll see you tonight on TikToks. All right, bye.